Once upon a time, in a remote African village, steeped in rich ancient traditions and customs, a tale unfolded that would change the norms and redefine the very essence of royalty. In the heart of this narrative is a prince named Obi, who was born into a royal family. His skin was as fair as the moon, his hair as white as snow. From his early days, Prince Obi faced whisperers and wide stares from his subjects because of the color of his skin, which defied the conventional image of a strong and powerful ruler. To them, he was no match to be a ruler of their kingdom. His parents, King Ikenna and Queen Ada, loved him so dearly, most especially as he was their only child. Yet, the council of elders and advisers murmured in shadows whether an albino could lead the kingdom in strength and wisdom as it deserved. As Prince Obi grew older, so did his determination to prove himself worthy of the throne. He immersed himself strongly in the customs and traditions of the land, and also winning every battle for his land. But still, the skepticism persisted among the villagers and elders of the land. When the time for his coronation as crown prince of the village arrived, the elders voiced their reservations. They said, "We, the guardians of the traditions and history of our forefathers, cannot allow an albino to sit on the throne of our forefathers." King Ikenna rises in anger, defending his son's right to rule after him. However, the weight of their century-old beliefs seemed too burdensome. The elders stood their grounds and rejected Prince Obi as their future king. King Ikenna couldn't take the shock and dies instantly out of heart attack. He couldn't believe that his son would not ascend the throne after his demise. After the burial of the king, Prince Obi decided to seek refuge in a distant land. As he embarks on his journey, he is attacked by a very wild animal that leaves him in very bad state, filled with deep wounds and bruises, but is saved by a herbalist who takes him to his hut and treats his wounds. After some days, Prince Obi regains his strength. He explains his story to the herbalist, who was married to 3 wives. The herbalist decides to take Prince Obi as his servant, teaching him how to use the power of natural herbs to cure diseases. After about 5 years, Prince Obi decides to marry one of the daughters of his master. Meanwhile, in his homeland, there is an outbreak of a deadly disease that has inflicted and killed so many of the villagers. The prince, on hearing the news of what was happening, seemed unbothered. The elders of his village had summoned many traditional herbalists from far and near, but no one seemed to have a cure to this deadly disease. On a very sunny morning, Prince Obi thought to himself that maybe it was time for him to take over the throne of his father, which was wrongfully taken away from him. He came up with a plan and sent word to his homeland through a stranger, saying, "I will eradicate the deadly disease hovering around your kingdom, and in return, I want the throne of the king." The villagers accepted his offer, and Prince Obi set on a journey to his homeland. But first, he masked the white color of his skin using a very dark substance in order to be unrecognizable by the villagers. After his arrival in the kingdom, Prince Obi is given a hut and some necessary items that he needed in order to start his work. With the skills he acquired from his master, Prince Obi eradicated the disease that had afflicted and taken the lives of his people. The villagers, in amaze, fixed a date for his coronation as king. After his coronation as the king, Prince Obi decided to reveal his true self. The villagers, when they saw him, were left in shock, as the same boy they had rejected had become the savior of their kingdom. Moral of the story: never judge a person by the color of their skin.